Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. And the topic of this 10-minute moan is having a look at what is happening over in America to the incoming cabinet of Donald Trump and how they're being received in the public. Now, you might notice I'm talking a little bit slower than normal because this is an American topic. And I've had a couple of American topics where a lot of American viewers have suggested they can't hear me because they have no idea what I'm saying. So I'm slowing it down a little bit for our American cousins in the hope it works. So, America is very confusing because if you're in the anti-Trump side, we keep hearing about how bad Trump is, how bad his people are, and how bad his supporters are. They're meant to be scary, racist, misogynistic, dangerous people. Yet, in the last 2 to 3 days, all we've heard of is threats made to people who are coming to support Donald Trump and his cabinets. And it's crazy because when you consider the left in America, the woke left, believe they are peaceful, inclusive, welcoming, it blows it all away. They are actually only inclusive and welcoming when you match their political ideologies. When you don't, then you will be a target of abuse and now threats. And let me remind you that during the election campaign alone, Donald Trump was a target for at least 2 attempts at his life. And I say that in the knowledge that there was probably more attempts that we just never heard about because they may have been scuppered well before pulling the trigger. So the threats that have happened recently to Trump's incoming cabinet and administration include bomb threats and swatting attacks, where false reports are made to emergency services to bring an armed police response to someone's home. This is a phenomenon that I have heard of in America that I hope never transfers across here, across the pond. Frightening. So they phone up the 911 and make up a story in the hope that it will cause an armed response team to turn up at your home. And that is frightening. Someone will die when these things go wrong. So amongst those targeted, which most of them were between the night of the 27th of November into the morning of the 26th, into 27th. Elise Stefanik, who was Trump's pick for the UN ambassador, who was informed of a bomb threat to her residence while driving home for Thanksgiving. Matt Gaetz, initially Trump's pick for Attorney General, but who has withdrawn. He received a bomb threat at a Florida address associated with a family member. Lee Zeldin, nominated to lead the EPA, confirmed he was targeted with a pipe bomb threat that included a pro-Palestinian message. Brooke Rollins, tapped for Agricultural Secretary, reported a threat against her home and family. Frightening. Pete Hegseth, nominated for Defence Secretary, along with other nominees like John Radcliffe for CIA Director, was also reportedly targeted. The FBI and local law enforcement agencies have been actively involved, responding swiftly to ensure the safety of those targeted. No credible threats or devices have been found, indicating many were hoaxes. But the incident still required significant law enforcement resources and attention. The Trump transition team, through spokesperson, Caroline Leavitt, condemned these actions as violent, un-American threats. expressing gratitude for law enforcement quick response. The FBI has stated they are aware of numerous such incidents and are working with partners to investigate. These threats come at a time when political tensions are high, especially with Trump's previous experiences, as he had several assassination attempts during his campaign. They reflect a broader issue of political violence or threats in the US, with swatting, and bomb threats becoming tools for intimidation against public figures. This series of events has raised concerns about the safety of political figures and the need for increased security measures for incoming administration members. It also highlights the use of social media and anonymity in perpetrating such threats. The situation underscores the challenge of political transitions in a highly polarised environment, where threats can be used as a means of political expression or intimidation. And we can't even say, well, we're not as bad over here, because we are as bad, just in slightly different ways. It wasn't that long ago that we had one of our MPs murdered, and it's not that long ago since we heard of a few instances where they were attacked going about their constitutional business in their constituencies. And I think what's driving this is the polarisation in politics that we see across most of the Western world now, where people have a desire for change, whatever direction that change seems to be. Then people want change, and people are angry. People are concerned about the way, particularly in the West, the countries are going. We all have the same problems. Isn't it amazing that the things that concern people are immigration, crime, the gender woo-woo nonsense, the over-exaggeration, if it's not even just a hoax as well, of climate ideology. And all these things are concerns to people all over the West. And isn't that amazing how we all want to change at the same time? America seems to be changing. We see potentially Germany going from left to right. France could be going from left to right. Britain's just went from right to left, which confuses the hell out of me, but because of the historic 14 years of poor governance by Tory, and one can see why that's happened. But the polarisation of populations within politics right now is causing this, and it'll continue to cause it until our leaders start listening and getting a feel for the temperature in the room from the public. Because when the public have nothing left but hope, and that seems to be diminishing, then when the hope goes, so does common sense and logic. And that's what I believe is happening here. So, dear Americans, calm down. Enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you've not already done so, please hit the subscribe and notification bell. Put your comments below, I always enjoy reading them. But most importantly of all, unless you're one of these woke left that tell me yous are more inclusive than anyone else, where you simply are not. Not you, but
everyone else. Have a great day. Cheerio, bye now.